Why, hello, Internet! My name is Prunk, and today I am excited to bring to you a brand new and thrilling way of how to play old school Yu Gi Oh! And we're calling this Yu-Gi-Oh! League format. So, what is League? Think of it as a competitive, community-driven way to enjoy old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And hopefully get to like more modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff as well. But each week, players will face off in a round-robin format, competing to climb the ranks. But there's a twist. The more games you play, the more control you have over the future of the format. Let me explain. Every time you play against a new opponent, you'll earn a vote. You can use these votes to add cards to the ban list or just unban a card from the ban list. Everything that you do will be a minus or a +1 based on your vote. And every time you win a game, you earn an additional vote as well. So now you're getting rewards for both winning your games, but also just participating. So at the bare minimum, if you're in the games just focusing and trying to get as many games as possible into the field, you're at least walking away with 7 votes, even if you lose all 7 matches. Each week, we'll update the ban list based on the votes that were received, keeping things fresh and mostly unpredictable. It is the job of one person in the format to kind of take tally of all the votes coming in and adjusting the ban list fairly and accurately to ensure that everyone's votes are counted. And you keep doing this for ultimately as long as you guys want to keep playing in the format. Every week, you're just basically adding new sets of cards coming in, so that way you can kind of get into a bit of experience of what it was really like and what were the kind of meta cards that people were trying to play them, or just some of the janky stuff that you might want to do during those formats. All the cards every week when they first come out are released at 3 copies. So you can play some very broken cards at 3 at the beginning of the format, just kind of like how it was before the ban list takes out some of those powerhouse cards. And unlike how progression of Yu-Gi-Oh works, where you're only getting limited card pools based on what you're drawing, you have access to all the cards in the format, so you can build exactly like what you want. I do recommend starting the league with Yugi Kaiba starter decks to kind of kick off on a more balanced note. No crazy power cards right away from there, other than like just triple Dark Hole and Change of Heart that you might see, but that's a lot more tolerable than seeing triple Dark Hole, triple Regeki, everything from LOB. So I do recommend starting with Yugi Kaiba format. It is a format that is well played. If you go to like format library or anything, it's a pretty popular one. But from there, we'll just progress through the history of Yu-Gi-Oh, going set by set, adding everything in into this internal format. The best thing about this league format is you, the players, have all the control. You're not worried about selling packs and selling individual cards. If a card is a problem when it is printed, you don't have to ban around the problem, you just ban the problem card. So it's going to be interesting to see, are decks that were incredibly powerful, are they going to last long enough to be a tier 0 format? Or are we going to start to see, hey, I hate Dark Arm Dragon. That thing is gone week 1, and we got to deal with 1 week of 3 of copies of those, and that is gone? And will players start banning things preemptively? Like, will we stop Magical Library FTK before Butterfly Dagger comes out, and by banning Shining Angel and Magical Library before that stuff even comes? Because we know it's coming. So you have the power of foresight to know, hey, these decks are going to be a problem. Let's just eliminate it before and see what kind of fun and fair gameplay we can make before those cards are released, before a problem really hits. So it's really interesting. And you have 7 other players in this format. You could do it with 4 if you wanted to, but I think 7 to 8 players in a league group is the perfect amount of number. Of people that are consistently wanting to get these games going. If you have a core dedicated group of 4 players, I think this works really well. We have 8 players total and some of them are going to be flaky. I'm sure that you're only going to get like 2 or 3 games in a week, where some players are really going to be trying to fill in 7 games all 7 of their games in. One of my more favorite things about this too is we're kind of mixing in a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh and diplomacy. The votes themselves are going to be hidden from the players, so nobody knows what anybody's going to be voting for other than the person collecting the ban list. So they're going to know what everybody's voting for. But we can say, hey, wait, we can start pursuing, I want Heavy Storm at 2 copies. Who's with me? How do we make sure this is going? Hey, I'm with you, but all of a sudden everyone bans Heavy Storm. I'm like, well, I thought we had an alliance. Or I really want to play Gravekeepers next set. Can you guys not touch Gravekeepers? Don't touch Necro Valley, please. I would love to play this deck. And everyone starts hitting Necro Valley the following set. So like you have this bit of diplomacy in the Discord chat that we're launching this program with. And I think that's going to be really cool to see how all of this breaks down. And you get Yu-Gi-Oh, you get diplomacy, you get some chat. It's good in building a nice community. I think that this way it just makes this entire process a lot more fun and interesting. And I'm curious to see if there will be any major backstabs of players. So by mixing Yu-Gi-Oh and diplomacy, I think we have an interesting format that I hope will eventually pick up a little bit more. I've been posting on Reddit for the last couple months our progress, and so these are kind of like my video diaries until I actually get through and edit them. I'm going to release once a week, and once I actually catch them all up to speed, and hopefully they'll start to gain some traction. And I want to go over each set by set, and the first episode's going to be out with this already too. So I'm going to talk about how Yugi Kaiba format started, where we landed with the ban list after like this whole set, what kind of deck lists are going on. So I think there's a lot of interesting talking points that we can continue with this whole league format. If that sounds interesting to you, like and subscribe. Let me know, please. I love reading comments. I love love reading people's opinions, even when they are different from my own. And just to see if this can inspire other groups in trying to build a small community. These videos are going to be more of a dev diary kind of style. It's not going to be anything like my fixing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, just because those take a while to edit. But this is just more for me to talk about and kind of record our social experiment to see how well it does. And it's going to be interesting to see the formats evolving step by step. I'm really interested to see how the ban lists are going to be evolving as well each time. So if this at all sounds interesting to you, please like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. I'll be posting the info and the rules of what we're using in the doobly-doo, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace out.